Just some wild stories in the NFL this year, man, as always. And I just thought to myself, you know what? Let's make a top 5 list.
Oh.
Got my top 5 wildest journeys of the 2024 National Football League season. Hit it, please.
High five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's top 5.
All right, here we go. The first one on this list of the top 5 wildest journeys of the season in the National Football League this year. Number 5 on the list is a guy that everybody thought was on the scrap heap based on his career coming out of the University of Southern California. And he gets another shot. The head coach says, make it your best shot. And we are happy to utilize you and your skill sets, and you utilize us as your springboard back into what you hoped your career could have been. Sam Darnold is number 5 on this list. He is a 12-2 quarterback in the National Football League. The only other quarterbacks to have at least a dozen wins this year are named Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, and also Patrick Mahomes. They are all Super Bowl quarterbacks who have played in the big game before. Sam Darnold is matching them, and what they are doing and what he can do from here on out, his journey has been wild. Absolutely wild to even get the opportunity, because the rookie that they drafted in J.J. McCarthy got hurt, and it was Sam or bust. He turned into their only shot, and he's made it his best shot. It's been truly remarkable. That's number 5. Number 4 on this list. Much is being made about evaluating quarterback talent and how soon is too soon to jettison somebody and how late is it too late to be redeemed, right? Well, this guy was drafted number 1 overall in the National Football League last year. And you could say his wild journey began the minute the Carolina Panthers selected him out of the University of Alabama. And he had 2 different coaches last year and wound up having a new head coach this year. And Bryce Young got benched 2 weeks into the season. And the sense was he was done in Carolina. He should ask for a trade out of Carolina. His career potentially irredeemable even outside of Carolina. And he wound up sitting and watching Andy Dalton, who wins a game in Vegas right off the bat and winds up performing in such a way that we thought Bryce would never get another shot until a car accident got Bryce Young the start again, and he's been totally redeemed. I understand I'm saying this coming off of his worst game of his 2.0 version against Dallas, but what a wild journey for this kid, who when I saw in Munich, I referred to his benching as a sabbatical, and he laughed. He goes, "I'd like to use that." I said, "It's all yours." Because it has turned into a sabbatical, and Dave Canales and his offense, and there are some pieces there, guys. And Carolina can finish up strong. I know Dallas, again, put a big curb stomping on Carolina last week, but his journey has been nothing short of wild. That's number 4 on the list. Number 3 on the list is not an individual, but an entire team. Top 5 wildest journeys of the 2024 NFL season. Number 3 are the Chicago Bears. I watched them in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I watched them in Tottenham absolutely take apart the Jacksonville Jaguars in Caleb Williams' best game as a pro. 4 touchdown passes. Bears go to 4-2. They hit the bye week, and it turned out to be Matt Eberflus's last win as head coach of the Chicago Bears, because they come off their bye week in week 7 to go into Washington, D.C., come back to take a lead in that game, and it looked like they were going 5-2, and the Hail Mary hit. The Hail Mary hit where Tyreek Stevenson is stunting and then comes back and tips a ball. She arrives just in time to tip a ball on the Hail Mary instead of batting it down. Week 9, they get blown out in Arizona. Week 10, they give up. They only score 3 points against New England at home. They're just reeling in a way I've never seen a team reel from a Hail Mary loss. Finally, in week 11, start playing like the team we saw in the first 6 weeks of the season, but They had a winning field goal attempt against Green Bay, blocked at the very end. Week 12, they scored 17 in the fourth quarter, including points after recovering an onside kick against the aforementioned 12-win Minnesota Vikings, only to lose in overtime. Then week 13 was that Thanksgiving loss where they came back on the Lions, only to have the most mind-blowing clock management occur in front of damn near 40 million people. Eberflus loses his job. And here we are, a 4-2 team at 4-10. Shades of 2022, Eberflus's first year on the job when they went from 3-5 to 3-14. Did I lay it all out for you in terms of
don't forget
journey?
They were on Hard Knocks to start the year, too.
There's that, too. Number 2 on the list, Russell Wilson. He gets dead capped out of Colorado. He winds up going on a job hunt that includes a visit to New York and a trip through Newark Airport to Pittsburgh, PA. And it's just like, okay, good luck. But he went on a job search and showed everybody that he meant business by flying through Newark, which again is a choice. And it shows grit, it shows mettle. And he wound up getting the gig in Pittsburgh, and everybody thought, like, well, why would Tomlin just hand him the job? He gets hurt by pushing a tackling sled in training camp, watches Justin Fields go 4-2 and have Tomlin turn to him anyway, and he's 6-2 and has the Steelers in the playoffs. They have punched their ticket as they're getting ready for, hopefully for Steelers fans, to punch the Ravens in the mouth. If I had told you that this was Russell Wilson's journey this year, you'd have told me I was out of my mind.
Black and gold. Here we go.
But he's going to be in the playoffs for the first time since his last time in the playoffs with Seattle. And he could potentially sweep the Ravens in his first time as the Steelers quarterback, which, as you know, automatically puts you in line for potentially having a statue in the airport next to George Washington and Franco Harris.
And the T-Rex.
And the T-Rex around the corner from the Fred Rogers exhibit.
Yeah.
Number 1, though. And I wouldn't have had this on the list last week, but he's now the starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. You all know Michael Penix.
Oh, I was going to say, who's number 1?
Number 1. Come on. The way he was drafted, by whom, with the circumstances of his drafting.
Yeah.
And then that guy balls out to the point where the team's 6-3, and nobody's thinking that in the next 5 weeks it would turn so south that the Falcons would have no choice but to tell their 4-year signed veteran for $100 million guaranteed dollars. Kirk, you're taking a seat. Michael Penix, you are now the starting quarterback in week 16. Dude, if you had told me that he would replace Kirk Cousins due to ineffectiveness in the 2024 season, I would have said that's believable. Week 16, I would not have said that. And if you told me in week 16 they're a 500 team that once upon a time did lead the division and has a tiebreak over everybody else in the division, and they can make the playoffs, that's when they're turning them in week 16.
After Cousins had a 500-yard game this year.
Right. And that he would be told he's got the starting job on the phone while he's shopping in Costco, about to buy a hot dog for $1.50. Name you a wilder journey in the NFL than Michael Penix Jr. And that's my top of show.
All right, we'll get one more.
Now, you could say this team is on the wildest journey because everybody follows this team snap for snap on their journey, whether you're a fan of theirs or you're rooting against them. I would say it's the all-in Dallas Cowboys, but it's the fact that Jerry Jones is all in on the Cowboys and squirrel.
I've eaten a lot of raccoon. One of my favorites is squirrel.
Yeah. He's all in on squirrel. That's the wildest journey.
Delicious. Seriously.
Yeah. Seriously. That's one of the wildest journeys I've ever heard. Going from we're all in on the season to I'm all in on squirrel. Oh, didn't see that one coming. If it was the Chiefs, I'd call it a bundle rooski.
Sorry, TJ.
We didn't need one more. That's all I'm saying.
I did.
One more
I'm going to
wasn't
keep
necessary.
going for the rest of the season on power rankings and top fives. I'm going to go one more on Squirrel every time.
Well, you just ruined it, so now there's no need for you to do it.
You're going to think that I'm not going to do it, but I'm telling you right now.
Well,
I'm
noting it now, so I won't be surprised.
Anytime. One more from now on.
Rich is going to do a bad.
And I just want Mike
joke.
to play the right drop when it happens. That's all. That's all I want. I would just hope.
Wow.
One of my favorites is Squirrel.
Were you doing this on a Friday most of the time? Because he probably won't be here.
Delicious.
You know.
No, seriously.
Delicious.
Seriously.
He is shocked that anyone would think it's not delicious the way he says seriously. He's like, no, seriously. It's
Name me,
delicious.
by the way, did I miss any journeys? There's some other ones, I imagine. But wild. I mean, this is wild journeys. There you have it. I mean, I could name one more, I guess.
Hey, Jameis.
Jameis has had a wild journey.
It's a wild journey. Losing a spot on the team because your Madden ranking wasn't high enough. That's a wild journey.
I mean, that may be the wildest journey. The 4-10 Jets at this point in time, the entire journey. And again, the top story of the day is what the Athletic reported, that Jerry Jeudy was all set to be a Jet until Woody Johnson said we can't have somebody with such a bad Madden rating, and the Jets have pushed back on that notion. But we have received confirmation. We have exclusive sound of that meeting.
We do?
Yes, in which Woody Johnson told the GM at the time, Joe Douglas, about call the Broncos, say the trade's off. You have it?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
There it is. That was the meeting right there.
Is that legal for us to record that from the?
I mean, I don't
private
know.
Conversation.
I don't know if one person assents to it. I guess I don't want to give away my sources.
You can't do that.
But there you have it. That's the way it all went down. Talk about wild journeys. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.